Hello everyone, I am here today to tell you something very important which is really helpful to you. Okay na? So before getting to this topic, let me say something that the people who are watching this video for the first time, so please watch until the end, and if you really like, please do subscribe and do share to your friends. And without having any delay, let's get into our topic. So welcome back to our channel. So Aruna's home classes. So in our class or in our channel today, we are going to learn about very important or useful tips to speak in English, so without making any mistakes. So to improve the English communication skills, we need to enhance certain 4 building blocks of communication skills. So 4 skills which is very essential to grab our English attention. So what are those 4 English communication skills, or what are those skills which we are definitely enhance or which we are definitely acquire? Let me tell you, that is, the first skill is listening, and the second skill is reading, the third skill is writing, and the last but not least is speaking skills. So these are the 4 key aspects which are really helpful to become or to make us a fluent speaker. Now let me talk about each and everything in a detailed manner, how these are useful for improve our communication skills. Okay na? So let us talk about the listening skills. How does listening skill help us to improve our English language journey? So for example, when you are listening any conversation, so you are with your friend. Imagine some conversation is going on in front of you. Then how do you feel? First we have to listen, we have to pay attention towards that conversation. So when we hear that conversation, so one thing that we can get, that is, first we can come to know the new words, and how do they speak we can come to know, how they are making sentence we can come to know, and the correct way of speaking can also be known by us. Clear? And one more thing, that listening can also makes us to be confident, and also it can build our confidence, and when we know the proper sentence making, definitely we can become a better speaker, and we can learn faster way, we can communicate with other people in a stronger way. So that is why this listening is a key point when we speak in English. Now let us move on to the next skill, that is reading. So reading is a wonderful habit that everyone can make a habit like this. Then everyone can make it. Okay na? So because when we read any text which is there in English, definitely we can understand how does the sentence has formed. And one more thing we can come to know, the grammatical rules are to be followed while making a sentence. And we can also come to know the pronunciation. How do we pronounce the words which are there given in a sentence? So these are the benefits we can get to know while reading any text. And not only them, we can also know. So some people they might feel, so if we read English or if we want to learn English, so people can be a talented, or people will get a lot of power of memory. So these are the things that definitely they should acquire, they feel, but not at all. It's not at all true. So the people who work hard, who spends time to learn English, definitely they can achieve the fluency. So in a similar way, when we read some text, so what do we feel? We should get that meaning, and we can come to know the meaning of the word, and we can enhance our vocabulary. So these are the benefits that we can obtain. And one more thing we can obtain, that the reading helps you to become a strong person, or it builds your confidence. And also we can also say that this reading gives an ideas for us, and it will change our brain. So like that, so once we read any text, we can use our brain, it will give some better ideas, it will allow us to think in a different way when we read in English. So that's how this reading can also be helpful for our communication skills. Now let us move on to the next skill, that is writing. So writing is one of the best skill that one can definitely can acquire. Then so when we speak or when we are in the communication, what do? We are in the rush. So we are failed to deliver some words to the person who are there in front of us. But when we write, so we can write by thinking, and we can write the sentence in a proper way, and the writing can allow us to think clearly and to give us the accuracy of the sentence, and also it will make the corrections which we have done in a regularly when we are in a communication. Because when we are in the conversation or any communication with our friend, definitely what do we do generally? Sometimes we may have forget the rules of grammars, but when we are writing, it's not at all allow us to make a mistake. Definitely we think and we clearly write what exactly the rule is. So that's how, so when we practice the writing in English, so we will get the accuracy, we can get the benefit of accuracy or the clarity of English sentence, and also it will make us to be perfection, it will make us the fluent speaker, and as well as it will make us to proper communicator. Okay na? So these are the benefits. So you may ask me then about what we should write. So describe about your daily routine, describe about your favorite teacher, describe about your favorite curry, then how it is prepared. So these are the many things you can consider to write in English. Okay na? So this is what the third one, and let us talk about the last but not least, that is speaking in English. So speak in English, it's very important. When we have done all of these remaining, when we have got to know the three different skills, means listening, reading and writing, definitely we can do the last thing, that is speaking. Automatically the speaking can be done by us, because here when we listen, we have enough knowledge on how to speak, and when we read English, we can come to know the spellings and the pronunciation, everything, and when we write, we can get to know the grammatical rules. So automatically we can easily speak in English by taking any topic. Okay na? So this is how, these are the 4 key points or key skills which is mandatory for speaking or for communicating with any other people. I hope you have understood what I have tried to say to you. So I hope you will use these tips to improve your skills, and also how do we use these skills when we are improving our communication skills. So let us meet you in the next video with some other new concept. Thank you.